Welcome friends, we're going to do a tier 4 and tier 5 GL Ray guide real quick. There's going to be two of these videos. The other one should be coming out later today, and then we also have a video coming out for tier 6 probably tomorrow. I got a friend to let me use their account so I can test it a bit more without, wasting tickets on my part. So that way I can be accurate without, waiting forever to have a video for you guys. But for tier 4 and tier 5, I'm going to have two videos, one for with Zori and one for without. This one's the with Zori, and honestly, this one is easier to me. Although your speeds do need to be dialed in for this one. You need to be able to take at least second turn. And the other characters that are with SLKR are quite fast. Quick warning, a lot of the older guides will seem very easy, but they'll actually be quite hard for the simple reason that SLKR was given a solid buff a couple years back, and so a lot of the guides are out of date for that reason. And so be careful when it comes to using certain abilities. We'll go over it as we play. But yeah, we got to be careful with certain abilities, and these tiers are a bit harder. In fact, tier 4, I had to get to Relic 5 to do it. Although it was one Zeta, I did have to do a lot of gear. And so we'll go in. And the only Zeta that you need for tier 4 is Sudden Whirlwind. This deals 2 times massive damage. Of course, Galactic Legend is going to be super helpful in many different ways, and the reason for that is because Lifeblood, not only does it give her extra stuff, but she loses 25% of her health, and then gives an ally protection equal to that amount lost, and then half that much to all other allies. Which is super important for the simple reason that you are boosting her max health by 10% with each relic level with Galactic Legend. And so these two actually work really well together. So I would definitely suggest Sudden Whirlwind and Galactic Legend if you want a 100% chance. But I was able to do this first one with just Sudden Whirlwind at Relic 5. With this trick, if you have your speeds this dialed in, you might be able to do it earlier with Ray. I'm going to remove a couple mods because I've got mine, fast enough to do whatever I need to do with Ray. So let's remove that mod. So your sweet spot is going to be 506 speed is what you're going to need for tier 4, 5, and 6. So 506 speed is where you want Ray. I wouldn't suggest offense mods. I'd suggest switching them to speed mods just to make it easier on yourself. But if you do have the offense mods lying around, absolutely do it. We got Jedi Training Ray. She's, same thing as we've had in previous videos. We got BB-8. Oh, hold up. This is the wrong setup. Boop, boop. And there's my team. Okay, back to the team. We got Resistance Hero Finn. I have a very fast Finn. I'll just remove a couple mods just to make it so it's more likely that you guys will have something similar. Got 270 here. You just got to make sure that, Finn takes a turn before Poe in general. But it's not nearly as important in this sorry, my brain. In these tiers. My Zori is obviously 3-star. Gear 9, not doing much, But honestly, because of a little interaction between Zori and Ray's kit, this is super easy in my opinion. And so we got our base speed up. In this first tier, for some reason, SLKR is very fast. So he's actually at 525. So you'll need 526 speed to be able to beat him in this first tier. But that 506 still beats his allies, which is what's important. Oop, I got a one-time speed apparently. Okay, so we went after Ray, who cares? So basically what we're going to do now is we're going to do Lifeblood, which gives 25% health as protection to an ally. And so we're going to do it to Zori or to Jedi Training Ray, either one. But the interaction that's super weird is because her kit reads whenever an ally drops below 100% health, they gain 100% turn meter and gain stealth. And then when they lose stealth, they gain 100% protection. Because of that, I just get to go, oh yeah, I'm going to give this to Zori. And she gets a turn immediately. Which means I can then go, oh yeah, and now I'll give this to Jedi Training Ray. So you want to give one to Zori, one to Jedi Training Ray. And now, because we just dropped 50% of our health, we now have a sudden whirlwind lying around. These guys counterattack constantly and deal massive damage while counterattacking. And so I don't like them at all, especially in these beginning tiers. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass the turn back to Ray. And she immediately has a sudden whirlwind because one of her allies, herself, dropped below that 60% health threshold, right? And so we will now just sudden whirlwind one of them. Automatically gone. And then we're going to use our regular damage to try and keep working on SLKR while using our sudden whirlwind on the other guy. This ability is the one that we don't want to do. So each debuff inflicted removes 10% turn meter. I mentioned in my guide for SLKR, they changed his kit, so he has the ability to gain protection and health on himself and allies whenever they lose turn meter. And so we don't want to force them to lose turn meter as often as possible, because the more we do that, the beefier he gets. And so there's only certain reasons to use Mind Trick, so I'd be very careful with Mind Trick. If you're going to use Mind Trick, never use it on SLKR, use it on his allies, because his allies you can still take down, no problem, but SLKR you want dead as fast as possible. So I'm going to use this middle ability, block in healing immunity. We will see if we can't get a stun. In fact, in this tier, because Kylo Ren only has level 1 abilities, we could get a stun on Kylo Ren. Just like that. All in on Kylo Ren. And all in on Kylo Ren. And now, because we've healed a bit, we can now lifeblood again and choose whoever we're worried about. Honestly, I'm kind of worried about Rey herself, so we're just going to go Rey. That should bring us under the 60% threshold once again. Let's see who's struggling with this. Okay, we'll get her back up to 3 stacks. Ooh, that's rough. That's rough. Got a stagger there. Luckily, in subsequent tiers, he can't be staggered. So we'll now use the second sudden whirlwind on him, and now it's just down to SLKR. So now we're just going to do our best to just absolutely wreck him. So we'll give lifeblood around. Just keep going. Yeah, let's lifeblood again. All this protection is like permanently on the characters. So we don't have to worry about, like, you know, it falling off at some point, which is super nice. Let's pass turn Zori. She's still 2 turns away from her health thingy. I'm just going to do basic because I want to heal up and see if I can't get myself another sudden whirlwind. Honestly, until I kill the other guys, I would also consider just saving Jedi Training Ray's healing immunity until you fall full focus on SLKR, to be honest. Because then at that point, you know, he won't be able to heal, and that'll take a little bit less time. For the next tier, same kind of thing, you know, at least 506 speed. In this one, for some reason, SLKR is in fact slower. And so, basically the same thing, same interaction goes on. But except you get first turn, so you can make sure none of your allies get hurt. We also have this special event ability. It's not great in this tier, but it's still helpful. And we'll go over it here in just a second. So we get our two, one on JTR, one on Zori going, and then we pass the turn back to Ray by shooting at SLKR because we don't want to get counterattacked. Then we're going to kill one of them. And now I'm going to try for this. This might hurt my Poe, but dang, no such luck. What I'm actually going to do, is I'm going to use the event ability with JTR, which will cause her to taunt. So now we can get them to focus on JTR instead of any of our other allies that are more important. And so obviously, you know, full on SLKR once again. This event does take some time. It's a lot longer than other events. You may lose Zori at this low level with Zori. I'm just warning you now. But it's fine. We do what we gotta do, you know? Okay, he's now by himself. And so I'm now going to just lock in healing immunity. At this point, honestly, I'd probably press auto if I could. It's hard to tell where that damage threshold is, so I always rather be safe and sorry and do a basic just to get a healing again. I'm going to drop this on Zori because she was looking pretty close last time he siphoned. Definitely don't need that damage immunity. That is another Zeta, but I just dropped that today. I haven't used it in any of my testing. And so you should be fine without that one, 100%. He's about to siphon. Yeah, let's just see if we can't get another one of these in before he siphons. Save Zori. Perfect. And let's try and finish him off. Or not. Okay. I mean, I'll take the slow route. There we go. And that's it. That's tier 4 and tier 5. So, yeah. Quick summary. 506 speed for Ray. The rest really doesn't matter. You want like semi-fast, but not overly important. But it's just that easy because of that interaction with Zori's kit versus Ray's kit, where she uses lifeblood and then Zori's like, oh, they're under 100% health. Gives them an instant turn. It allows you to negate a lot of damage. So honestly, after figuring out this trick, you could probably do this at lower gear than Relic 5 like I did it. But it took me a while to figure out this interaction and the speeds and what you should do with it. So feel free to experiment a little bit. I mean, as you can see up here at the top right, you only have so many, what are these called again? Light side currency. You can only have so many light side currency. So as you're leveling Ray, you might as well be trying to attempt tier 4. Because if you hit 144, you can't make any more. And so to prevent that, I would, every time you hit 144, give this tier 4 an attempt, even if you don't have a Relic 5 already. See if you can't pull off this Zori trick earlier. I got really close with a Gear 11 Zori. Or not Gear 11 Zori, sorry. Gear 11 Ray. But in the interest of getting you guys a video faster, I was like, I need to hurry up and finish these tiers. And so I jumped my Ray a bit, and jumped the gun. And so you might be able to do this as early as Gear 11, Gear 12. But Tier 5 does get very difficult with the new kit. I very much suggest that you get Galactic Legend for this tier. 100% get Galactic Legend for this tier. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later today and tomorrow for the Tier 4 and 5 without Zori, and the Tier 6. I'm going to see if I can't do a with Zori and without Zori, since I have a friend that's helping me out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.